So this bonfire fescue out here, it's now a year old. This was renovated last year. Tall fescue mowed at 1 inch. And right now it's looking pretty good. We're getting late into the fall. It's the kind of middle of October right now. And I'm still mowing this at 1 inch. I don't know if you can see the cow trimmer back there behind me. But this is actually looking pretty good. Color's nice. We're gonna finish the year strong, pushing a lot of nitrogen towards the end of the fall to really put things to bed. And then we'll get everything going in the spring again. But there's the Artemis plot over there, the Artemis, and I don't know if you can see the demarc here. The Artemis and the bonfire, it's pretty close. I mean, if you're choosing between one or the other, you're really splitting hairs. It really all just, depends on what you can get your hands on. But overall, this fescue project, real mowing fescue, turned out pretty well. I would suggest probably mowing a little bit taller in the summer, as you would imagine. It just doesn't, cool season grass in the transition zone just doesn't really like to be mowed that low. I'd bring it up to like maybe 2.5 inches, irrigate it pretty well, and you're still gonna be all right. Okay, so fertilization plan going into the end of the year. I really, I went heavy with the nitrogen application, did about 1/2 pound a few days ago. I went granular this time. If you follow me regularly, you'll know I do kind of a liquid, triple 20, granular, or a liquid ammonium sulfate. Those are kind of my go-to products, just for one, cost savings. They're very affordable products to get your hands on, and you get the best bang for your buck. Best color, best overall results, I think, just in my personal opinion. Some may disagree, but it works well for me. So I did an app of the Green Ore G, which is a Ryan Nor product. I'm not affiliated with Ryan at all. I just really like the product because it's a really high nitrogen fertilizer, which is great for fall. It's got ammonium sulfate in it. It's got urea in it. It's got triazone urea, but then it also has some chelated iron in it, which the iron in it is so chelated that like if it's humid outside and you leave your bag open, you can literally see the iron breaking down and turning into a liquid if it's just really, really wet and moist in the air. So it breaks down really fast, and when you apply it, you can definitely smell the iron. So I know it's a very, very available and soluble form of iron. It's EDTA chelated, so it's going to give you a great color really, really fast. The two things that play into that the best are going to be the quick release ammonium sulfate, and then also the iron, which are going to give you a quick pop of color. And then the urea is going to kind of hold on for however long that you apply that. So you could do that at 1 pound in the fall. I kind of come in here and do 1/2 pound at a time, just a spoon feed, as we lead into the end of the year, kind of around Thanksgiving. We're getting close to the end of the season, or the growing season here for me. As long as this lawn continues to grow, I'm going to continue to mow it. Hopefully we get a little bit warmer fall, so I got a few more mows left in here, and I'll continue to feed that. But overall, after a year of growing the bonfire tall fescue and real mowing it, and the Artemis on that side, I think this is definitely a game plan that anybody kind of in the upper, like the northern transition zone and up north, if this is something that you wanted to do, you could absolutely do that. You can mow fescue low. It doesn't have to be mowed tall. Just because it's called tall fescue doesn't mean it has to be 4 inches. You can mow it lower than that, and it will absolutely tolerate those mowing heights. So I've been trying out the new front roller from California Trimmer. This is a split front roller. It does have, it's grooved, although it's not quite as aggressive as the grooved roller I was using from Real Rollers. And this one is split, so it's a little less wear and tear on the turf as you turn, but it's not quite as aggressive in the grooves. The grooves are a little bit tighter. They're not quite as sharp, so I think it lays down a pretty decent stripe. You get the benefits of both the grooved roller, kind of bringing the grass blades, kind of moving them almost as if a groomer on a greens mower would, but then also you get a nice stripe because it does kind of lay the leaf blade down. And then the bed knife underneath the mower was what really kind of finishes the stripe off. Now, I was not at the Equip Expo this year. A lot of people were, and I saw a lot of photos, and I saw some content from Cal Trimmer about some new models they have coming out. This is the original model. I've been using this for a little over 3 years now, and it's been a really great mower for me. I think if someone wants to get into real mowing, the Cal Trimmer is a great entry point. It's even a good mower for someone who, once you get into real mowing, you can kind of stick with it. The cut quality is fantastic. I would be willing to bet if you brought a Swordman or Owlet or another homeowner reel and you cut it on my lawn, you would not be able to tell a difference between the cut quality. The Cal Trimmer is a really great mower. Don't sleep on it. But California Trimmer I can tell they've been listening to feedback from me and other users and customers about things they want to see in a mower, because they have the new Catalyst coming out for the spring of 2024, which is more of a kind of a European style mower with the rear drum roller. There's cartridges. One of the biggest pain points for reel mowing is that if you don't have a place to service and grind your reel and sharpen your bed knife, you kind of have to figure that out on your own. So with the cartridge system, that kind of changes that pain point and makes it easier to maintain the mower. So I'm hoping to talk to Cal Trimmer sometime in the winter. If they're feeling generous, maybe they'll send me one that I can show you. I'm kind of hoping that they will, so we'll see about that. I'll keep you updated on if I'm going to have a new model for next year to kind of show you guys. Okay, so the lawn season is not quite over yet. I still got some things that I want to show you before we wrap things up this year. And one of them is a skid sprayer by Tomahawk. This is kind of a compact skid sprayer model that would be good, I think. Haven't even opened it yet, but in theory, on paper, it looks like it would be a good option for the DIYers. I know Pete over at GCI Turf just launched a whole bunch of kind of DIY skid sprayers with electric pumps. This is a 2-cycle one. Takes gas. It's fairly lightweight and small. You can move it around. You can mount it in the garage somewhere. You can put it on I'm probably going to put this on a gorilla cart with a small water tank and show kind of how to use something like this. If you're somebody that's got a lot of property, right? If you got 20,000 square feet, half an acre, this is something that you could take out and spray at high volumes with. So I'm going to show you this in an upcoming video, and then I've got a pump that you can use for irrigation purposes if you wanted to. So I'm going to get into this, and then in the pump, and then any content that kind of comes leading into the fall, we're going to get into that. So I appreciate everybody watching the channel. I know I didn't get as many videos out as I wanted to this year, so it's good to know. I get messages from people saying, hey, what's up with this? Can we get some updates? It's great to know that people enjoy the content, look for updates constantly, and want to see what I got going on here out in my lawn. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll check you guys out in the next one.